Welcome to this week's edition of the Property Show. We make sense of the real estate industry. My name is Christabel, and today on set is Michael Juko joining me from Aviva. Michael, it's a pleasure having you on set.
Nice to meet you.
So we're going to talk about three things today. One is cost of construction, two, theft of construction materials at sites. You, given your background as a quantity surveyor, this is dear to your heart. You must be knowing so much more about this. What are the ways someone can save when it comes to construction?
It all starts with the mindset of a client.
Mm-hmm.
Which category of a client are you?
Of course, we have the clients that are working on a strict budget. We have the premium clients who are, are able to.
Let's look into a client with a confined budget, because we're looking at how can we help that person achieve his product at the end of the day. To start with, a client must have all his needs defined from the word go.
And how do they define their needs?
These needs are defined by a professional architect. By saying a professional architect, and I mean an architect who understands the needs of a client. That architect has to come up with a design that addresses the needs of a client. An architect during the process of design is meant to go to site and have a feel of the site, then designs according to the location and the layout of the site. At that stage, we are looking at how can we avoid changes in the nearby future when construction starts. So as a client, you're advised to make sure that every needs are captured. Let you get a feel of your house before execution. Ask for 3Ds, ask for videos. Let you have that touch so that you don't change your mind during construction.
So what you're telling me is that actually with my 3D or my architect, we can look at exactly what I want my house to be like. Let's say even if I want this pillar to go through here, I want this wall to have a mirror on it, I want the other wall, maybe let's say I want some stonework on it, I want my doors to be positioned exactly here. Do you mean to say my architect can be able to give me just that?
Yes, it's possible with the modern technologies.
I've heard Aviva actually does give free architectural drawings and free house plans.
Yes, we do, as part of our packages, especially when it comes to design and build. So at the end of the day, you're cutting costs for that.
So if I don't like the design you've given me, are you able to mend it and make the design I want at still no cost?
Yes, we do that.
What other way can we manage those costs?
Yeah, the number of ways we can manage costs on a site so that we don't go off board since we have a confined budget. Then after the design, we advise clients to go and find a professional quantity surveyor. Quantity surveyor is a person who is good at estimates. So go for a professional quantity surveyor. Gives a detailed material schedule, all bills of quantities.
What is the material schedule?
The material schedule is more of a layout of what is required to dot.
Okay.
How many bags of cement do you need?
Okay, so it's the same as a bill of quantities.
Yes, the bills of quantities are a bit different compared to material schedules because the units vary.
Okay.
The bills will give you a cubic meter of concrete, and the material schedule will give you to detail how much you need to get that cubic meter. You need so many bags of cement, so many trucks of sand, aggregates to detail.
Okay.
So by having this, you're having a budget. When you have a budget at hand, during construction, you're working against that given budget. So it is a guideline. Material schedule has an aspect of labor. You get an insight of the labor cost before you start your construction. Thirdly, when you look at other ways we can reduce, yes, you have a confined budget, but then, time and cost are almost brothers and sisters. So the faster you do something, the better. So have a timeline for given work. In having timelines, you're cutting costs on paying people who work, maybe security people at sites. You're cutting costs on chances of theft at site. So have those detailed timelines for given milestone. Thirdly, on another hand, when you look at waste at site, it's another.
If you said theft of materials at site,
yes.
How do we address the question of theft? Because many people out there have that issue. For a man, you may trust your engineer, you may trust your contractor, but you might have workers on site that know how to package a bit of this material off site. And then there are also other engineers that still do that. So how do we address that issue, material theft on site?
Yeah, in construction, this is a very big challenge.
Yes.
People tend to steal. As you're building your house, somebody's building his house.
Obusawa cement, ogula obusawa kumye obusawa kumye wa cement. Naye busawa busa bwa muntu mulala abweterekedde. Basically, your site needs only 7 bags of cement. Someone tells you we need 8 tins of paint. Yet they only need 4 tins of paint. So basically, as you build your property, you're also building for your engineer. Yet the truth is, you're building 2 houses at the same time. So how do we handle that?
Yes, to handle this challenge, as Aria said, first have that budget from a professional quantity surveyor. The quantity surveyor will tell you how many buckets of paint you will need when painting comes. Yes, it's not the person to do the painting when painting comes. During the painting time, ask for materials required from that person, the expert in painting. Let him give you the details. Cost check with your budget. Are they in line? When things are delivered on site, at Aviva, we normally try to bring all workers on board and let them get a feel of the project. Let them own the project. Yes, it's Aviva building, but then the builders, the masons, the people doing the actual works, they should be owning the project as well. In this, we are trying to get everyone accountable for anything that gets on that side. Another thing, you can opt to get an independent security company, maybe to give you a security person.
But if I'm on a budget, I can't afford a security company.
Then maybe get a clerk of works on your side as a client.
What is a clerk of works?
It's more like a representative on the side of a client.
Okay.
Get someone who will oversee, not the side that take the quality, the technical bit of it, but how is the site managed? Yes. Having a store at site is another requirement because all sites are going to have a store. And who owns the key is the question.
So that's where the clerk comes in.
The clerk comes in.
Makes
so
sense.
Having a clerk on site is another. We're trying to minimize this kind of theft. The other thing is about payments on time. Because most of the workers are prompted to steal because they need something in the world. So the more you dare to clear them off, there are chances that maybe you can play with your materials to get what to put on the table. So manage your payment, cash flow, have a clerk of works to represent you. You
had moved on to waste management on sites.
Yes.
How can we handle waste management? Because I've noticed most sites have a lot of waste management. You're building, you dig a foundation. So when you dig this foundation, you've removed all this soil from the foundation. And then quickly, muleta kamuntu kataka tulijja ku site ligenze. Temulisasulidde sente gwasasudde n'okulitwala kyokka balitute bagenda okukolera amatafaali bakuba amatafaali bo bakole ne sente. Sibye tiles, you have offcuts from tiles. Muleta kamuntu katujja offcuts za tiles. How do you manage wastes at a site, but also these wastes, how are they able to get back into the construction system to be able to help you save costs?
We talk about waste. People may tend to waste something because they want to steal it. Me, as a foreman at site, I keep it aside. When you send money to buy something, I use that very thing. So in managing waste, you need to know what is required as and when. Whatever has been left over after construction should be kept aside safely. Maybe you have a store outside. Phase is done. Go and do an inventory check. Understand what you're doing. Yes, you could be late client, but let the engineer, let the QS, let any person in profession explain to you to detail what are they going to do. Kindly understand so that you don't buy things because somebody has told you to buy.
Thank you so much, Mike. It was a pleasure having you on set.
It was also a pleasure meeting you.